What's up, Citizen Zone? Operation Warp Speed is a go. Oh boy. Well, I mean, it's something a little bit different than the election to talk about, but holy cow. Holy moly, did you see Donald Trump's amazing speech earlier today where he didn't seem to go tit for tat with anybody and didn't even talk about the future or the election or anything. Nope, nope, nope. They just came out and talked about Operation Warp Speed, that thing where apparently they've already gotten I guess, vaccination for the coronavirus. I mean, it's still almost into the end. It's almost, approved by the FDA, but apparently it's looking really, really good for America. And I'm actually kind of happy about hearing that because I've had to quarantine myself because apparently I've come into contact with somebody who came into contact or whatever. I'm not exactly sure the rules or whatever. All I know is quarantine time it is, and it couldn't be coming at a better time because yeah, we saw the president take a very quick recovery from that when he got that Regeneron stuff. And now Pfizer and a bunch of other people are talking about this Operation Warp Speed situation. And I mean, it's kind of crazy, dudes. Like, every talking head out there was saying that this wasn't going to be a possibility. We wouldn't be seeing some type of vaccination or cure or whatever by the in a year. And not only does that seem to have happened, it seems to be going pretty well because hey, it hasn't even been a year, has it yet? I mean, it depends on when your COVID timeline starts, and I'm not even going to get in talking to that specifically. I'm just saying, hey, it's amazing that we're finally getting somewhere with this specific thing. And I mean, there was a couple of different companies that he talked about, and those are the same companies that we've been looking at within the human forest. So it kind of seems like a few of the predictions that we're going to be making are going to be coming true, even though it's like, you never know if they're actually going to make it to there. And that gets us to the point of the vaccination situation. I'm not one to automatically go get vaccinated just because, like, I got all the ones that they asked me to get because, like, you need to get them so that you can go places. But here we are, folks, like, already pretty quickly. And, this Trump's not making it clear whether he's lost or won. We've already established that, but like, this is kind of leading into maybe a Biden presidency, depending on where you're sitting on the scales. I mean, if you believe the reality that's out there right now, yeah, that's, it's going to be Joe Biden that's going to be actually distributing and making sure that this thing gets to the American people. And I want folks to actually keep that in their, gray matter at least a little bit, because it's great that Trump got it done, but like, that's going to be a victory that's slowly and surely going to get overtaken by the other side if that is the truth and reality. I know a lot of people are holding out, talking about Dominion voting and a whole bunch of other things, and honestly, I have a lot of faith in that, but I got to sit in a reality where we got two different like situations, well, technically three different situations that are basically running simultaneously, and we got to figure out which one of those timelines that we're sitting on. And Operation Warp Speed to me tells me that we're on a good timeline, but it might not have been just fast enough to save the election. I mean, is the COVID outbreak situation the real reason that we're having some troubles with El Presidente, or is this just like stuff that has been being dragged on through for a very long time? You could probably say yes to both of those things. It's essentially, we're sitting in a place where we got to understand that now we're getting to that point where we're going to be having to get them vaccinations. And then, a lot of people have talked about that history, the mark of the beast, the microchip. I mean, come on, name your conspiracy theory from the late 2010s and early 2010s and late 2000s, and there you go, man. Like, you're going to fall somewhere right into that particular persuasion, right? Like, Are we going to be fighting against this thing? Is that how they're going to be tracking us? Is all this Bill Gates nonsense that we've been hearing about on Conspiracy Tube actually true? And are we in actual go time right now? And is it happening? Because, I mean, it seems like it might be happening just a little bit. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news or the pusher of the conspiracies whatsoever, because we tried that one time and apparently it didn't go too well. Okay, so like essentially, like this thing right here to me just seems like a perfect storm in a lot of different ways, because you got people that are trying to take down things, you got people that are trying to put up things. Censorship is at a maximum right now. So it's up to us to think about how we're going to move forward with it. And I mean, are you going to get the shot? You're going to save yourself? I mean, I don't see why I wouldn't, unless all of a sudden, people are saying, oh, well, there's going to be like some sort of like micro thing that they check to make sure that you have it. Oh, have you got your COVID shot? Oh, you can't drive, you can't fly, you can't do all that. That's what I'm worried about with the Biden presidency, because, like, it happening with Trump in office, I didn't really see it as being too much of a bad thing, because, like, Trump has been one of those people that's talked about not having forced vaccinations. If you want it, you can get it. I believe that that's what he was saying. And I mean, in that particular Operation Warp Speed announcement, he did say that, hey, if you want it, you're going to get it. It's going to be free. And now I'm just like, dang, Pfizer and all these other companies are going to be sucking up bunches of monies just like they are for tests. They're going to be doing it for vaccinations, and it's going to be happening on both ends. But that's what we expected to happen. It's just now we're sitting here. Do we worry about what's coming forward? Who's going to be in charge of the distribution of it? Like, are you okay with it if it's a Trump distribution? Are you not okay with it if it's a Biden distribution? There's a lot of big questions that you should be asking yourself, because some people want to live on one timeline or the other one, and you kind of got to live on both of them, if you know what I mean. So think about that in your brain sickle, and basically let me know what you think in the comment section below. Hit that like button and subscribe and all that jazz, and I hope I see you guys again on the next one, because right now we're coming at you at warp speed. But is it the warp speed that is going to be our undoing? And what about all this election stuff? What happened with that? Like, I thought we were going to get some bangers, maybe a iron comment or anything, and no, man, he didn't say nothing about it. He was just all business today. And that makes me wonder. Either way, much love to you. Be blessed. Be excellent to each other. Blah, blah, blah. Adios.